And your announcer and commentator for session 3, Mr. Grant Chivers.
Welcome everybody back. Officials, if you'd like to take your places, please. If Sarah Leitner or Sarah McGrath are here, both Costa swimmers, can you make your way to the marshalling area, please? Otherwise, heat 1 will be a very lonely heat. Sarah Leitner, Sarah McGrath. Costa swimmers, can you make your way to the marshalling area? Or one of the Costa coaches come down and see me, and we can ascertain whether they're here or not. Meanwhile, we'll do a test start before we get the first event underway. That first event being the girls' 200 individual medley with 12 heats. Swimmers, if you just want to relax. Oh, okay, it's no work, so we should be up and running in a moment. Heat 1, referee. The 200 individual medley underway. Sure we all know, but just in case, 2 lengths fly, 2 back, 2 breast, and then 2 front. 3 swimmers in this heat. Sarah Leitner for Costa in lane 3. Grace Harvey of Hoddesdon in lane 4. And Sarah McGrath of Costa in lane 5. Lane 1, closest to the scoreboard, lane 8 closest to the spectator area with the lane numbers on the blocks, as always. And coming up towards the end of the fly leg of the individual medley, we have Sarah McGrath of Costa in the lead. Now pretty much dead heat at the moment between Sarah Leitner in 3 for Costa and Grace Harvey for Hoddesdon in lane 4, both with red hats on. So the best part of 3/4 through the breaststroke, backstroke rather, leg of the medley with Sarah McGrath still in the lead for Costa. As she comes up, touches her pads and turns into breaststroke. Sarah Leitner now just ahead of Grace Harvey. And we move into the breaststroke for all 3 swimmers. And we move down towards the turn end of the pool. Sarah McGrath still in the lead. Grace Harvey perhaps making a little bit of ground up on Sarah McGrath. Sorry, on Sarah Leitner. As they move down towards the turn in, Grace definitely moving up on Sarah with Sarah McGrath. With the blue hat out in the lead. Sarah Leitner in second place and just a little bit behind her, Grace Harvey in lane 4. Sarah McGrath into the front crawl part of the medley. Pretty much a dead heat at the moment between Grace Harvey and Sarah Leitner. Coming off the wall, Sarah Leitner, slight advantage over Grace. Meanwhile at the front, Sarah McGrath out in the lead. Her entry time 3:18. She's got 30 seconds or so to get back, which should not be a big deal for her to come in under her entry time. Grace Harvey just ahead of Sarah Leitner now. Sarah McGrath comes underneath the flags. 4 or 5 metres to go. Finishes strongly. 3:08.53. Grace Harvey just ahead of Sarah Leitner. Almost a metre or so. Coming up to finish, Grace Harvey second, Sarah Leitner third. That completes heat 1 of this 200 individual medley event. So just to remind you, if you didn't collect your medals from the age group finals earlier today, the medals for the age group finalists can be collected, and indeed should be collected, from the medals table, staffed by our East Region and Herts, East Region President and Herts ASA President, and they are underneath the scoreboard. So do go and collect your medals from them if you came first, second or third in one of the age group finals earlier today. As I said earlier, well, I'll finish that thought in a moment, as I think we're about to start the next race, so I'll hand over to Mike, who will take you through the next race. Heat 2, referee.
And we have Georgie Pritchard from Hatfield in lane 2, Freya Beresford Hemmerhemson, lane 3, Ellie Hollis, Costa, lane 4, Abby Larkham, Hatfield, lane 5, Holly Robinson, Hemmerhemson, lane 6, and Antonia Jupp in lane 7. Just 6 swimmers in this heat, 50 metre fly, 50 backstroke, 50 breaststroke, 50 front. coming up to the end of the fly swim in lane 4, Ellie Hollis is leading the way. She's been fairly closely followed by the girls in lane 5 and lane 3, Freya Beresford and Abby Larkin. And just a reminder to the swimmers as well, when they're coming to the marshalling area, please make sure that you go around the changing room side rather than past all the judges, trying to keep that clear. And also when you're going back back from your race, you have to go through the changing room area. Let's try and stick to that. So we're coming up to the halfway point, and Ellie Hollis is still leading this race. Ellie from Costa, second and third, very close, still the same two. These girls, Ellie's entry time is 3:05 and it goes down to 3:15 for the other swimmers, so it's a 10-second gap between first and sixth. However, it doesn't look to be that much of a gap. And coming into the third quarter of the race, and it looks like Abby Larkham is showing a pretty good breaststroke. She's now pushing Ellie Hollis the whole way, and she's actually taken her over, so 50 metres to go. Turning together into the freestyle. These two looking at each other all the way up the pool. Coming up very, very quickly is lane 5 and 6 as well, who are having a good fight out for third place. But it looks like Abby Larkham has just about got probably half a length over Ellie Hollis. This is a very close race. Abby looks as if she's going to take it. Entry time of 3:05. She finishes first with a time of 5-second PB, 3:44. Second was 3:69, and third we've got lane 7, which is Antonia Jubb.
Heat 3, referee. Isabella Baker in lane 1 for Bishop Stortford, Isabella Chapman for Harpenden in 2, Isabella Godfrey of Costa in lane 3, Sienna Tremblehan of Chesel in 4, Lucy Collier-Bell of Costa in 5, Eleanor Craig of Watford in 6, Clara Livingstone of Hatfield in 7, and Sophie Giorgio of Hatfield in lane 8. Isabella, very popular name in this heat, but Isabella Chapman of Harpenden in lane 2 in the lead as she comes underneath the flags to complete the fly part of the individual medley. Turns into backstroke, turns first. Isabella Chapman in the lead, second place Isabella Godfrey, and then in third place Lucy Coyer-Bell of Costa. They move down towards the turn end for backstroke, halfway through the backstroke leg. Most of them moving back down towards the start end now. Isabella Chapman still in the lead for Harpenden. Lucy Coyer-Bell moving up into second place, although she's just been pipped by Eleanor Craig of Watford in lane 6. So Chapman versus Craig as they hit the pads, move into the breaststroke part. Often the deciding part of the medley relay, and Isabella Chapman moving away from the rest of the field. Eleanor Craig not drifting back too much. She's moving ahead in a good strong second place. And third place at the moment is Isabella Godfrey of Costa in 3. Chapman holding on to her lead. She turns now. Godfrey just beginning to overhaul Craig as they come back down towards the start end. A couple of Hatfield swimmers in lanes 7 and 8, moving up a little bit as well. In the lead though, Isabella Chapman. Harpenden comes underneath the flags. A few more strokes of breaststroke to go before she'll turn into the front crawl part. There we are, off she goes. It's pretty close for second place now, with Godfrey and Craig tying for second place as they both move into their front crawl leg. And Sophie Giorgio of Hatfield in lane 8 looking good, closest to the spectator area. Meanwhile, back at the front, Isabella Chapman of Harpenden going into the final turn. Turns now, coming back down towards the start. Second, Godfrey. Third, still Eleanor Craig. Eleanor Craig perhaps just beginning to move into second place. Chapman swimming strongly, held it pretty much all the way through. She finishes her time 2:54.16. Second place, very tight there, goes to Isabella Godfrey, her time 2:59.03, and a tenth and a bit behind her, 2:59.19, lane 6, Eleanor Craig for Watford. Heat 4, referee.
We've got Bethan Fuge in lane 1, Millie Fields in lane 2, Francesca Pecci lane 3, Alice Richardson lane 4, Libby Chambers lane 5, Jessica Williamson lane 6, Neve Kelly lane 7 and Harriet Clements in lane 8. And leading the way, we've got two swimmers in lane 3 and lane 5, which is Francesca and Libby. Libby from Verulam, Francesca from Watford. And Libby turns first, Francesca second, very close for third place. Moving on to the backstroke. Some strong backstrokers in this race, but it's getting much closer for first and second as they turn for the second 25 metres of the backstroke. Libby is still leading. Francesca is very closely followed by Millie Fields now, who's come back into the race. Millie from Bishop Stortford has shown a strong backstroke. Now moving on to the breaststroke, which is always a leg that sorts out the strong from the less strong. And the better breaststrokers tend to come through over 50 metres. But Libby is obviously showing a strong breaststroke and she's extending her lead. Libby is a 13-year-old from Verulam. And she's now moving into a 5-metre lead. She's got an entry time 2:53.35, so she's trying to beat that and should do quite comfortably. Francesca still maintaining her second place. And Millie still in third. Now we're moving on to the freestyle leg, and Millie seems to have a strong freestyle leg. Now moving past Francesca, but Libby maintaining her lead. And really pushing on over this last 25 metres, showing a very strong freestyle stroke. And she's got 10 metres to go. She's leading up to break 2:50. She does 2:46. It's 8.8, an excellent time. In second, we've got Millie, who's 2:49.95, and then in third, we've got Alice Richardson, who's came in very strongly over that last 50 metres.
Heat 5, referee. Eleanor Mason of Bishop Stortford in lane 1, Caitlin Liu of Hatfield in 2, Grace Stedman of Costa in 3, Eleanor Williams of Watford in 4, Nicole Eugenius of Costa in 5, Jessica Bond of Hatfield in 6, Daisy Sandon of Stevenage in 7, and Gemma Hansen of Hatfield in lane 8. And they're coming up to complete the first 50 metres. And just a slight advantage there to Eleanor Williams ahead of Gemma Hansen as they all move into the backstroke leg. Whilst they're doing that, a disqualification for a technical infringement in event 129. That's this event. Heat 2, lane 7 was disqualified. Meanwhile, back in the pool, we have a good lead here for Eleanor Williams of Watford, with the silvery hat in the middle of the pool, lane 4. Leading the field, second place, Gemma Hansen still of Hatfield, and then pretty tight for third, but slight advantage for Jessica Bond, also of Hatfield. And then it turns into breaststroke. Takes a couple of metres advantage, but a good underwater phase on the breaststroke for Gemma Hansen in lane 8 for Hatfield. Those two swimmers in first and second place now. Eleanor Williams in first, Gemma Hansen in the second. And pretty tight for third place, slight advantage to Jessica Bond, also Hatfield, in the 6. Eleanor Williams turning back towards the start end. Gemma Hansen a little bit behind her. And they're not too far behind them, but now moving into third place, we have Grace Stedman of Costa, blue hat, lane 3. Compressing up a little bit for second and third. Very strong breaststroke leg here for Grace Stedman. Give her a good solid second place. She comes in a couple of metres behind the leader, Eleanor Williams, who turns into the front crawl. She takes just under her body's length advantage into that final 50 metres. Gemma Hansen just drifted back a bit, holding on to third place just. Grace Stedman moving forward. Caitlin Liu moving forward. Back at the front, Eleanor Williams, Watford, holding on to that lead. Caitlin Liu moving into second place, overhauling Grace Stedman. Very strong final 50, final 100 indeed for Caitlin Liu, but it's not quite enough as Eleanor Williams takes the win for Watford. Caitlin Liu in second place. And in third place, the early second place swimmer, Gemma Hansen. The winner's time, 2:43.26. Heat 6, referee.
It's Isabel Williamson in lane 1, Kate Andrew lane 2, Ellie Galvin lane 3, Izzy Salisbury lane 4, Jessica Penker lane 5, Sophie Taylor lane 6, Shona McKenna lane 7, and Libby McGill in lane 8. And gone out into a big lead of the first 50 metres. We've got Izzy Salisbury from the Berkhamsted Club, but she's quite closely followed now by lane 1, which is Isabel Williamson. And as they move into the backstroke leg, 3 girls in a line, lane 1, 2 and 4, fighting it out for leading this race. Izzy Salisbury is from Berkhamsted. Isabel Williamson is from Watford. And Kate Andrews from the Potters Bar Club. And they're coming up to the halfway point. And it's even closer now. It looks like Izzy has just about got it, but it's 3 girls in a line. And it's which girl's going to have the strongest breaststroke. We're now 5 girls in a line. This is a really close race. All these girls ranging from 2:43 out to 2:44. So they're sort of all in a line. Izzy now coming down to finish the 3rd quarter of this race and finish the breaststroke. She's been pushed the whole way by lanes 2 and lane 7, which is Shona McKenna is coming back into this race. Izzy turns first, Shona in second. It's very close between lanes 1, 2 and 3 for 3rd. But Izzy now turning, she's got a 5-metre gap now. She's turning with 25 metres to go. Izzy's entry time is 2:43. She's going to be inside that, quite a way inside that. She's got 5 metres to go, lengthening her lead the whole way. She finishes in 2:37.88. In second place we got Shona in lane 7, 2:42.28. And in third, lane 2, Kate Andrew.
Heat 7, referee. Nellie Eastland of Bishop Stortford in lane 1, Jessica Heaton of Potters Bar in 2, Fiona Holmes of Watford in 3, Chloe Woodruff of Tring in 4, Charlotte Matthews of Bishop Stortford in 5, Natasha Bentley of Hatfield in 6, Emily Lush of Cheston in 7, and Louise Fiddis of Hatfield in lane 8. Underneath the flags then, just completing the first 50 metres with Nellie Eastland in the lead for Bishop Stortford. As she moves into backstroke, second place, Chloe Woodruff. And they're moving back down the pool. Nellie Eastland maintains her advantage. Chloe Woodruff in second place, third place at the moment, Charlotte Matthews, Bishop Stortford. Moving back down towards the start end. Nellie Eastland swimming well here. She's got 3-4 metre advantage over the rest of the field as she touches the pads in lane 1. Transitions into breaststroke. Second we've got Chloe Woodruff and Charlotte Matthews just a little bit behind her. Just starting to get a little bit closer on the breaststroke now. Charlotte Matthews putting Chloe Woodruff under pressure. Nellie Eastland though in lane 1 still holding on to a lead. It is reducing ever so slightly, but still a couple of metres. As she turns, centre of the pool, Matthews and Woodruff pretty much hit the wall at the same time, with Charlotte Matthews just beginning to overhaul Chloe Woodruff now. Nellie Eastland, lead diminishing. She's going to take just under a metre into the next part, into the final 50 metres. Eastland first, Matthews second, Woodruff in third, and Louise Fiddis of Hatfield in lane 8, moving forwards now. Not a fantastic transition there for Chloe Woodruff, lost quite a lot of space as Louise Fiddis moving forwards, maybe just edging into second place, just in third place, with Matthews in second and Eastland out in the lead for first place. Nellie Eastland, lane 1, in the lead. Louise Finnis moving into second place, just holding off Chloe Woodruff, Charlotte Matthews. Eastland first, Finnis second, and Charlotte Matthews in third. The winning time 2:39.38.
Heat 8, referee. Okay, we've got Lily Merritt in lane 1. Isabella Rennick, lane 2, Mia Carter, lane 3, Josie Precious White, lane 4, Megan Pope, lane 5, Eleanor Bevan, lane 6, Claire Burrell, lane 7, and Abby Hurst in lane 8. And in lane 4, Josie Precious White showing her strength on the butterfly. She's leading after the first 50 metres. We've then got lane 3, lane 2. Lane 3, Mia Carter. Lane 2, Isabel Renwick. Josie, a 15-year-old from Bishop Stortford Swimming Club. Next to her, Mia Carter, a year younger. She's also from the Bishop Stortford Club. And they're turning at the halfway point with Mia Carter leading the way. Josie in second. It's very close for third. Moving on to the breaststroke leg. And coming back into this race, Eleanor Bevan from Hemel Hempstead is really pushing out on the breaststroke, showing a very strong breaststroke. And it looks like Eleanor Bevan and Isabel Rennick, or Renwick. And these two are neck and neck. They're turning. 50 metres to go. Okay, 25 metres to go. Two girls are right together, but it's in lane 6. Eleanor Bevan from Hemel Hempstead. She's just about pushing away on the last 50 metres. Eleanor has got an entry time of 2:39.61. Looks like she's going to beat that one. She does. She finishes in 2:35.50. Lane 2, Isabel Rennick. She finishes 2:36.6. And then in lane 1, we have Lily Merritt finishing 2:38.76.
A disqualification for you for a technical infringement, event 129. This event, heat 6, lane 6 was disqualified. Heat 9, referee. Leanne Abry of Hemel in lane 1, Amy Pemberton of Berkhamsted in 2, Charlotte Watson of Berkhamsted in 3, Paige Wilding of Hemel in 4, Sophie Payne of Hatfield in 5, Sarah Carroll of Bishop Stortford in 6, Ellen Northwood of Berkhamsted in 7, and Bailey Wilkes of Hatfield in lane 8. So the entry time's dropping down to 2:36s now. As the swimmers start the backstroke leg, we've got Amy Pemberton in the lead, and Just took the opportunity whilst I wasn't commentating to go and look at the TV screens. Just absolutely fantastic, the footage we're putting there with the scoreboard overlaid. So many thanks to Three Strands Media and Chris Hisgrove with CMH Comms for putting all that together for us. And of course to Brian for sort of managing the whole affair in the first place. So absolutely excellent coverage going out on the internet, both live and it'll be on YouTube later on. Meanwhile, this particular race, into breaststroke, still in the lead, Amy Pemberton, but being put under pressure by Charlotte Watson. And over in lane 6, Sarah Carroll of Bishop Stortford, those three moving up. Paige Wilding of Hemel moving forward, so it's pretty tight now. Amy Pemberton just in the lead, may lose it on the second 25 of the 50 metres breaststroke, as Paige Wilding of Hemel with the blue hat in lane 4 moves to the lead. Paige Wilding just in the lead. Leanne Abry of Hemel in lane 1 moving into second place. Very tight indeed for third, pretty tight for second to be fair. Paige Wilding in the lead though, takes a couple of metres advantage into the final 50. Paige Wilding then in the lead. Just behind her, Sophie Payne of Hatfield, lane 5. And then in third place at the moment, Amy Pemberton of Berkhamsted. It's very tight, this one indeed. Turning first though, Sophie Payne just ahead of Paige Wilding now. Sophie Payne moving into the lead. Paige Wilding in second place. We've got a fast finishing Amy Pemberton of Berkhamsted in lane 2. Amy Pemberton moves into the lead. It's Pemberton versus Payne now for the last few strokes. Who's going to take it? Very, very tight indeed. It looked like Pemberton just took it to me. It was Payne. 2:35.40, Pemberton in second, 2:35.42, 2 100s behind, and then third place, Sarah Carroll, 2:36.43.
Heat 10, referee. Emily Sellen, lane 1, Nadine Smiths, lane 2, Lee James, lane 3, Jessica Woodward, lane 4, Alice Fender, lane 5, Erin O'Meara, lane 6, Jess Farrow, lane 7, and Lauren Stott from the Costa Club in lane 8. Coming down these second legs, Lauren Stott in lane 8 is showing a very strong butterfly leg. She's forcing her way into the lead. Two girls in second and third place, so lane 4 and 6, Jessica Woodward and Erin O'Meara. All these girls seem to be in a line with Lauren just a couple of metres in front of the rest. These girls now sorting themselves out, coming down and up to the halfway point. Lauren is just about holding on to her lead, but we've got lane 5, which is Alice Fender from Hemel Hempstead coming back at Lauren Stott. Lane 3, Neve James from Bishop Stortford is also in this race. Moving on to the breaststroke. And these girls now coming right back at Lauren and moving past her. Some very strong breaststrokers in this race. And now moving into the lead is lane 5, Alice Fender. She's pushing out into a good 2 metre gap over the rest of the field. Nadine Smith showing a very, very strong breaststroke leg as well to come into second, and also in lane 7, Jess Farrow showing a strong breaststroke leg to push just about to third. 50 metres to go. Alice Fender, a 15-year-old from Hemel Hempstead, she's got an entry time of 2:35.90. She's going to be inside that. She's got 25 to go. It's anybody's race for second. It looks like Nadine has just about got her second place. It's Jess Farrow and Erin O'Meara fighting it out also for second and pushing past Nadine, but in first. Alice Fender wins it. 2:32.88 in second, Jess Farrow, and in third, Erin O'Meara.
Heat 11, referee. Libby Dunford of Hoddesdon in lane 1, Katie Conyers of Pottersbar in 2, Juliet Merrily of Harpenden in 3, Yazzie Brand of Berkhamsted in 4, Jessica Leitner of Costa in 5, Sarah O'Brien of Hertford in 6, Tegan Williston of Cheshunt in 7, and Jessica Patrick of Costa in lane 8. The penultimate heat then of this event. And pretty tight at the front, slight advantage to Tegan Williston in lane 7, onto the backstroke. Yazzie Brand of Berkhamsted in the centre of the pool, moving up into the lead. Very tight indeed as they move down towards the turn end. Tegan Williston just in the lead, turned first. Jessica Leitner, Yazzie Brand, and Sarah O'Brien all working well here. Tegan Williston though with the advantage, half a metre or so as she turns into breaststroke. Tegan still in the lead. Jessica Leitner, Yazzie Brand rather, in second place. It's changing around though at the front now. Sarah O'Brien in first place, then we've got Jessica Leitner with Tegan Williston in third as they came off the ball. Moving into the lead, holding a lead, Sarah O'Brien of Hertford now. And she's been put under a little bit of pressure by Jessica Leitner. Jessica Leitner now takes the lead, so it's changing around. 50 metres to go, Jessica Leitner. Then Sarah O'Brien, and in third place we have Yazzie Brand. Those are first, second and third as we move down towards the turn end for the final time. Jessica Leitner in the lead. Sarah O'Brien in second place. Very tight for second. Jessica Leitner in first place. The last length, just last half length. Jessica Leitner in the lead, coming back strongly now. We've got Juliet Merrily of Harpenden, another strong swim from Libby Dunford of Hoddesdon. And Libby Dunford of Hoddesdon takes it just at the end there, 2:34.38. Second place is Jessica Leitner, 2:34.57. And third place on a 2:34.75, Juliet Merrily. So all changed around in the last half length. Excellent race.
Heat 12, referee. Heat 12 doubling up as the championship race for the 200 individual medleys. It's a heat declared winner. We've got Chloe Ogden, lane 1, Grace Rayner, lane 2, Molly Francis, lane 3, Laura Copping, lane 4, Amy Young, lane 5, Shannon Stott, lane 6, Sophie Burns, lane 7, and Caitlin Dang in lane 8. And Shannon Stott and Amy Young showing their strength in the butterfly. Amy just about leading the race, but there's 4 girls in the line after the first 50 metres. Moving on to the backstroke leg, Molly Francis now pushing ahead. And Laura Copping coming straight back up. Amy Young also there. But they're turning. It's come the second 25 metres of this backstroke leg. Molly and Laura and Amy all in a line, fighting it out for the bronze, silver and gold. Coming up to the halfway point, it's just about Molly Francis leading this race, but they're both neck and neck. Molly Francis, Laura Copping. Two club rifles from Hatfield, Amy Young in third place from Bishop Stortford, Shannon Stott in third, Shannon Stott in fourth, Grace Rayner in fifth. And they're still neck and neck. This is anybody's race. Molly and Laura really fighting it out. They're both training partners, both looking at each other as they're going down this, coming up with 50 metres to go. Molly just about edging it at the moment, and a very strong freestyler. Laura just about half a length behind, and Grace Rayner now moving into third place. She's just pushed in front of Amy Young for Bishop Stortford. Molly turning with 25 to go. Laura giving it absolutely everything coming down this last length. They're looking at each other the whole way. Laura's got her head down. Molly's breathing every stroke. And they've only got half a metre. Who's going to take it? It's Laura Copping takes first place, Molly in second, and in third we've got Amy Young. 2:22.36, the winning time. Well done, girls.
That completes event 129. A quick DQ for you. So in event 129, heat 9, lane 5, disqualified for a technical infringement. Our final event then of today's opening day of the 2016 County Championships, the boys 200 metres individual medley. And this is heat 1 of event 130, referee. Joshua Heesom in lane 3 for Potters Bar, Matthew Martin of Costa in 4, Tom Holmes-Higgin of Berkhamsted in lane 5, and Charlie Stanbury of Potters Bar in lane 6. Pretty tight as they come into the end of the first 50 metres. Charlie Stanbury of Potters Bar just first. Coming off the wall though. Still first, but being pushed by Tom Holmes-Higgins of Berkhamsted in lane 5. So those two in the lead. And the other two swimmers not too far behind them as they move down towards the turn end, halfway through the backstroke part of the medley. Charlie Stanbury still has that lead. It's extended a little bit, although we're a little bit slow off the wall there. Had a look round at the swimmer in lane 5, Tom Holmes-Higgins. But Charlie still has the lead over Tom. And a little closer for third and fourth. Joshua and Matthew fighting that out, with Joshua Heesom of Potters Bar in lane 3, just ahead of Matthew Martin of Costa in lane 4. Charlie Stanbury then, just ahead of Tom Holmes-Higgin as they move back down towards the start end to finish the breaststroke part of the medley rather. Charlie Stanbury beginning to extend the lead, gone out to a couple of metres. Charlie Stanbury underneath the flags, Tom Holmes-Higgin in second place as they both come up towards their final turn at the start end. Charlie Stanbury, off he goes, then Tom Holmes-Higgins Joshua Heasom next in 3rd place, and 4th place Matthew Martin. Charlie Stanbury moving away then from the rest of the field now as he moves down towards his final turn. Charlie Stanbury turns. Then we've got Tom Holmes-Higgin next. Joshua Heasom next, and then Matthew Martin. Coming in towards the finish, Charlie Stanbury led from the outset, extended his lead all the way through, entered 3:25, finishes 3:09.85. 2nd place, Tom Holmes-Higgin, and 3rd place goes to Joshua Heasom of Potters Bar. Heat 2, referee.
It's James Gisborne in lane 1, Marcus Moscoso in lane 2, Sebastian or Seb John lane 3, Connor Sullivan lane 4, Daniel Ord lane 5, Charlie Taverner lane 6, Sam Pyfinch lane 7, and Max Chown from the Costa Club in lane 8. Coming up from the turn, first to surface is Seb John from the Hatfield Club. Seb, a 12-year-old from Hatfield. We've got a disqualification from event 129. Heat 12, lane 8, and disqualified for a technical infringement. Moving on to the back straight leg, Seb still maintaining his lead. He's got Connor Sullivan and Daniel Ord from the Watford Club pushing him the whole way. Daniel Ord just about 2nd place. And coming into it as well is lane 7, Sam Pyfinch from the Tring Club. Tring Club. And Seb has still just about got this lead. He turns at the halfway point in first, but they're both turning together. Seb and Charlie. Charlie with a very good turn has now moved into the lead. Connor Sullivan is now coming back at both of these swimmers, but also coming back into this race, lane 2, Marcus Moscoso is showing quite a strong breaststroke. These boys coming down the last bit of the 3rd quarter of this race. And the lead is now changed hands. Connor Sullivan now coming into the lead, Daniel Ord 2nd, Seb John also in it, but it's anybody's race with 50 to go. Moving into the freestyle. This is what these boys love doing, moving through the water as quick as they can. And Seb and Connor now fighting it out. They're both turning together, Seb just about in front of Connor. They're having a right go at this, these boys. It's 3:11 and 3:13 is their time. But it looks like Connor Sullivan is going to take this one. He does. Seb John in 2nd. And Daniel Ord coming in 3rd place. Winning time 3:01.98, way inside their personal bests. Let's give the Watford swimmer a round of applause. He comes into the last 5 metres. Cheer him all the way to the end. There's some big breaths coming there. Well done, boys.
Heat 3, referee. Sam Garrett of Hatfield in 1, Manraj Singh of Costa in 2, Taylor Coe of Chester in 3, Alexander Backhouse of Hatfield in 4, George Williams of Hatfield in 5, Alexander Williams of Watford in 6, Enzo Lim of Watford in 7, and Edward Richardson of Costa in lane 8. Alexander Backhouse in the lead for Hatfield as he turns first, takes a couple of metres lead into the backstroke leg of the medley. Why do I keep calling it a relay? In third place, George Williams of Harpenden, being caught now by Alexander Williams of Watford. Those are the first 3, halfway through the backstroke, first length. Backhouse still in the lead as he turns. In second place, we now have Alexander Williams, just ahead of George Williams. And catching them both. Back at the front, Alexander Backhouse in the lead. Extended that 2 or 3 metre advantage after the fly into about 4 metres now. He's doing his breaststroke, the other swimmers turn. George Williams in second place. And Sam Garrett of Hatfield in lane 1 beginning to move up into third place. So down to the breaststroke leg, as it so often is. Backhouse of Hatfield extending his advantage all the way through. Turns now, the rest of the swimmers 6 or 7 metres until they get to the wall. It's tight for second place. So second place, Alexander Williams, and third place, Sam Garrett of Hatfield. Back at the front, Backhouse now, almost half a length advantage over the rest of the field. As he comes up towards the 2 metre mark, touches the wall, turns into freestyle. The rest of them 10 metres behind. Solid second now, Alexander Williams. And in third place, but not much in third place, Sam Garrett of Hatfield in lane 1. Garrett and Alexander Williams then vying for second place as Alexander Backhouse turns back towards the start end. He's going in one direction, all the other swimmers going in the other direction. He now has over half a length advantage. Backhouse in the lead, second Alexander Williams, third Sam Garrett. Alexander Backhouse entered 3:04.56, coming in to win 2:50.96, so 14 seconds over his entry time, under his entry time. Alexander Williams and Sam Garrett having a good race here. It looks like Garrett just took it. No, it was the other way round. As Enzo Lim took second place and third place Alexander Williams.
Heat 4, referee. And we've got Josh Weston in lane 1, Luke Temple lane 2, Matteo Lobiundo on lane 3, Daniel Martin lane 4, Thomas Long lane 5, Alexander Catton lane 6, Maxwell George in lane 7 and Nathaniel Hopkins in lane 8. And let's see if lane 3 is in the lead, but I'll only call him by his first name, and he is, I think, Matteo. Very lovely surname. And they're coming to the finish of the 50 metres, and it's Matteo and lane 6, which is Alex Catton leading the way. Moving on to the backstroke leg. Matteo, a swimmer from Hitchin. Alex Catton, a swimmer from Bishop Stortford. And then in lane 7 we got Maxwell George, a 13-year-old from Hatfield. And it looks like Maxwell George may be leading this, but he's having a good battle with the lane next to him. Alexander Catton, who is just about edging up to the halfway point. He turns first, Maxwell in second, Matteo in third. And then moving on to the breaststroke leg. These swimmers now all in a line, lanes 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. They're ranging from 2:55 out to 2:57, so some of them now hopefully looking to try and break 2:50. Lane 6, Alexander Catton, he's still holding his lead, but coming back into this race. Lane 5, Thomas Long. He hasn't been seen for a while, but showing a very strong breaststroke. And he's coming up with 50 metres to go. So Thomas Long from SSC, Stevenage Swimming Club, he's leading the way. Maxwell George now pushing back in the freestyle. But these boys now fighting it out, and it's really who wants it most, but it looks like Maxwell and Thomas in a bit of a line, and Thomas is just edging in at the moment. Maxwell pushing him every stroke, and it's really on the touch. Who's taking it? It's lane 7, Maxwell George, 2:57.1. Then comes Thomas Long, and in third place, lane 4, Daniel Martin.
Heat 5, referee. James Rayner of Hatfield in lane 1, Charlie King of Costa in 2, Luke Pastille of Hemel in 3, Zayn Bat of Cheshunt in 4, Alex Horn of Costa in 5, Devish Kapoor of Watford in 6, Joseph Panisi of Costa in 7, and Edward Jacks of Costa in lane 8. Just a quick announcement, if there are any poolside volunteers who are not doing anything. Good lead then for Devish Kapoor of Watford, in a race of his own at the moment, out in lane 6, with James Rayner in second place, closely pursued by Charlie King of Costa in lane 2. Kapoor though out in the lead, can he hold on to it through the breaststroke? Rayner just moving ahead of King. Kapoor hanging on to his lead, maybe extending it. Kapoor then with 4 metres advantage over Charlie King, with James Rayner in third place. In fact, now we've got Alex Horn of Costa in third place with the blue hat in the middle of the pool as Devish Kapoor. So, has that advantage. He's extended it slightly. It was 4 metres. It's going to be 5 metres as he goes into the front crawl. Charlie King in second place, and third place Alex Horn. So settled down a little bit. Zach Bain trying to put Alex Horn under pressure to come up into third place. Likewise Joseph Panesi of Costa, as Devesh Kapoor of Watford moves onwards. Half a length to go, long way in the lead. Devesh Kapoor in the lead, second place Charlie King, and third place Alex Horn.
We have Callum Bullock, lane 1, Alfie Francis, lane 2, Marco Tondananati, lane 3, Noah Cornwell, lane 4, Ben Williamson, lane 5, Thomas Ogden, lane 6, Daniel Murter, lane 7, and Ben Green in lane 8. It looks like we've got lane 7 and lane 2, Alfie Francis, Daniel Murter leading out this race, but also Thomas Ogden is up there, but turning in first place is lane 2, Alfie Francis from Potters Bar. The other two boys putting in a really good turn there into the backstroke leg. So we've got 3 in a line. We've got lane 2, lane 6, lane 7, all turning together. And Daniel Murter put in another good turn there. He's leading this race, and he's coming up to the halfway point. Just about to turn first, Daniel Murter, followed by Thomas Ogden. Thomas Ogden from the Bishop Stortford Club. Both wide. So Daniel Murter's 13, Thomas Ogden 12. And now some of the other swimmers coming back into this race on the breaststroke leg. It looks like Alfie Francis from the Potters Bar Club is showing strong breaststroke in this third quarter of the race, and Alfie is moving into the lead. Coming back into it as well is Marco Tondo Donati. Alfie turns first, second lane 6, Tom Ogden, and third Marco Tondonati. And with 50 to go, 50 freestyle, Alfie showing he's quite strong, he's holding his lead. Alfie's got an entry time of 2:47.78. He looks as if he's going to be way inside that. And he's got about 10 to go. He's now been closely followed by Marco Tonto Donati. But who takes it? Alfie takes it. 2:46.3. Marco in second, and in third, Daniel Murter.
Can you clear the pool to the sides, please, swimmers? Just relax. The swimmers are about to race. Clear the pool to the sides, please. Heat 7, referee. Michael Klemazewski in lane 1 for Hatfield, Joshua Foreman for Hartspear Flyers in 2, Glenn Harrison for Hitchin in 3, Ethan Sutton for Watford in 4, Lewis Shaler for Watford in 5, Daniel English of Hitchin in 6, Dominic McCarthy of Huddersfield in 7, and Thomas Cadenhead of Costa in lane 8. Daniel English in the lead for Hitchin at the moment, or he was at the turn. Coming off the turn, we have Michael Klemazewski for Hatfield, who is maybe not in the lead anymore. So Daniel English in lane 6 with the yellow hat, holding on to the lead as they go into turn. English should ahead of Klemazewski. Let me give you a disqualification as they move back down towards the start. Event 130, this event, heat 5. Lane 4, disqualified for a technical infringement. Daniel English then with almost a body's length advantage over the rest of the field. Klemazewski and Cadenhead in 2nd and 3rd as they move into breaststroke. English just holding on to that lead, he's compressing up, the others are coming back on him in particular. Dominic McCarthy of Huddersfield with the light blue hat in lane 7. Swimming well, English just holding on, drifting back into 2nd, maybe 3rd place. McCarthy in the lead, Cadenhead 2nd, English in 3rd. Then we have Klemazewski in 4th place. Moving back into the front of the field then, it's Dominic McCarthy in the lead. 2nd place now, Lewis Shaler. 3rd place, Cadenhead. English, the early leader in 4th. And his fellow swimmer from Hitchin in 5th place, Glenn Harrison. They move back down into the last 50 metres. Daniel English drifting back now as McCarthy in the lead. McCarthy in the lead, Cadenhead 2nd place, 3rd place, Shaler. Daniel English maybe not out of it, only a metre behind, coming off the wall though, very strongly. Thomas Cadenhead for Costa, Dominic McCarthy in 2nd place. Moving though into the lead, Lewis Shaler. So it's Shaler versus Cadenhead. Cadenhead's going to take this one in 1st place. Lewis Shaler in 2nd place, and 3rd place, Dominic McCarthy. The winning time, 2:39.51.
Heat 8, referee. We have Angus Harrow in lane 1, Johnny Farrow lane 2, Sam Gaines lane 3, William Picton lane 4, Tim Hughes in lane 5, Nicholas Boter lane 6, Eddie Campfield lane 7, and Brink Counter in lane 8. And emerging out of the water in 1st place in lane 4, William Picton from the Bishop Stortford Club. He's got an entry time of 2:36.65. Tim Hughes is very close to that, but it's Tim and Angus Harrow just fighting it out for 2nd place at the moment. William is a 15-year-old from Bishop Stortford and is showing some very strong swimming over the first 100 metres. And William is now moving into a 2, 3, probably a 4-metre gap coming up to the halfway point. He turns first, and in 2nd we've got 3 swimmers all in the line, lane 1, 2 and 3. Angus Harrow, Johnny Farrow and Sam Gaines fighting it out for second place. But we now look as if we've got the two lanes next to lane 4 coming back into the race. Sam Gaines, Tim Hughes moving back into the race. Sam Gaines coming right back at William Picton, but he's still maintaining just about 3 metres over the rest of the field. And he's now turning with 50 metres to go. We have a disqualification in event 130, that's heat 6, lane 2 for a technical infringement, and heat 6, lane 1 for another technical infringement. And we now come in with 25 to go. William Picton is still maintaining his lead. William has an entry time of 2:36. He's going to be way inside that. Sam Gaines is coming second, but William wins it, 2:31.59. Sam in second place, 2:35.45, and Tim, 2:36.71 in third.
Heat 9, referee. Harry Thorne in lane 1 for Berkhamsted. Jake Moxton of Royston in lane 2. Yannick Wilson of Harpenden in 3. Marcus Kemp of Watford in 4. Joseph Richardson of Harpenden in 5. Thomas Danbury of Potters Bar in lane 6. Ralph Davis of Hoddesdon in lane 7. Nathan Stewart of Stevenage in lane 8. And it's Moxham of Royston takes the early advantage, turning just ahead of Ralph Davis of Hoddesdon. Moxham with a nice relaxed backstroke here, holding on to his lead as he moves down towards the turn end. He has the lead, extended it ever so slightly over Davis. Moxham having some good swims this afternoon. Still in the lead, he moves up towards the flags, underneath the flags. Moxham in the lead, Davis in second place Stanbury in second place with Davis in third. Into breaststroke, Jake Moxham still has that advantage. Ralph Davis with the red hat now moving into second place, and the Potters Bar swimmer Thomas Stanbury in sixth. In third, coming back strongly in the middle of the field, is Joseph Richardson. Moxham turns first, marginally ahead of Ralph Davis of Hoddesdon. Davis had a good opening 25 metres on the breaststroke, as did Joseph Richardson for Harpenden. They all move back down towards the start end. Richardson in the lead now, so it's Richardson from Davis with Moxham drifting back to third place. 50 metres of freestyle to go. Joseph Richardson of Harpenden in the lead. Ralph Davis second place, Jake Moxham of Royston in third. They move down towards the turn end for the final time. Moxham maybe just edged back into the lead from Davis Ralph Davis drifting back to third place. Jake Moxham having a very good 50 metre freestyle here. Regains the lead, extends it out to a body length. Jake Moxham of Royston comes in to win. Second place goes to Joseph Richardson, and third place goes to Marcus Kemp. The winning time for Jake, 2:29.67.
Heat 10, referee. Ishrahim in lane 1, John Telensky in lane 2, Zach Patel lane 3, James Chanels lane 4, Mason Brand lane 5, Kahei Watanabe in lane 6, Toby Laguda lane 7, Callum Wollaston in lane 8. We've got a disqualification, event 130, which is event 7 lane 2 for a technical infringement. And lane 2 is leading out this race, John Telensky from the Harpenden Club. It looks like lane 5, which is Mason Brand from Berkhamsted, is pushing him now on the backstroke leg. But they're turning now. Pushing out for the second part of the backstroke. And with coming up to the halfway point, we now have lanes 4 and 5. James Chanels and Mason Brand. And these two boys are now fighting for first and second in this heat. And it looks like lane 5, Mason Brand, may have just the better breaststroke. But we've also got John Telensky coming back into the race as well. He's pulled back 2 metres on that first 25 metres of the breaststroke. And also we've the Hatfield swimmer in lane 7 is showing a very strong breaststroke as well. That's Toby Laguda. Toby also a very strong freestyler, and he turns first. Toby in first, Mason in second, James in third. Toby's entry time is 2:31.56, and he's now pushing out into a substantial lead coming down this last length. The other 2 swimmers are fighting against him the whole way. Toby has just about gotten out a metre lead. 5 metres to go. It's anybody's race. Who's going to take it? Toby takes it 2:27.06. In second place we have John Telensky, and in third James Chanels.
Heat 11, a referee. Max Jelfs of Hemel in lane 1, Michael Ripper of Harpenden in 2, Cole James of Hatfield in 3, David Shipman of Pottersbar in 4, George Loveman of Costa in 5, Harrison Lees of Watford in 6, Ollie Hurst of Berkhamsted in 7, and Matteo Tontaganati of Hoddesdon in lane 8. A disqualification for a technical infringement in this event, 1:30, heat 8, lane 8. Very close in this race, slight advantage to David Shipman of Potters Bar. Lane 4, just beginning to extend that on the backstroke. Shipman in the lead then. Second place. So Shipman in the lead, second place. Moving strongly, in fact I couldn't see, in the lead is in fact Max Jelfs of Hemel Hempstead. Hiding behind one of the officials. Max comes in with a blue hat, touches in first place. Then we've got Michael Ripper and third place George Loveman. Into the breaststroke then, Max Jelfs holding on to that lead at the moment. David Shipman in the middle of the pool, just beginning to move forward in the breaststroke part of the relay medley. And in lane 7, Ollie Hurst of Berkhamsted in third place. Coming back towards the start end. Max Jelfs just beginning to drift back a bit as David Shipman moves forward. Cole James of Hatfield putting him under some pressure, those two vying for the lead. Shipman from James and third place at the... So go to the last 50, Ollie Hurst George Shipman. Sorry, George, let's try and get it right. David Shipman in the lead, ahead of Cole James. David Shipman from James, first and second. Quite a way ahead of the rest of the field. Max Jobs of Hemel in the third place, but a long way back. And now David Shipman extends his lead. It's almost a metre or so. David Shipman, 2 or 3 strokes to go. Potters Bar takes the heat with Shipman. Loveland in second place, James in second place. And third place goes to Max Jobs. The winning time, 2:20.32.
Heat 12, referee. It's Ben Garrett, lane 1, Alex Evans, lane 2, Lucas Dyson Diaz, lane 3, Luke Sugden, lane 4, Sam Gamble, lane 5, Reese Housden, lane 6, Callum Davis, lane 7, and Martin Russell Rogers. In lane 8, and lane 7, Callum Davis from Bishop Stortford is taking it out over the first 50 metres. He's closely followed by Ben Garrett, another specialist butterfly. Well, he'd say he's not a specialist butterfly because he could be a 200 IMer. But they're moving on to the backstroke link, and the boys in the middle lane are coming back at the other 2 swimmers. Callum is maintaining his lead at the moment. But coming right back at him is Sam Gamble from the Hitchin Club. Lucas Dyson Diaz and Luke Sugden now coming back into this race at the halfway point, moving on to the breaststroke leg. 2 Hatfield boys and a Hitchin boy. Sam Gamble and Luke Sugden, both 17 in the 17-year age group. Lucas looks as if he's having a good breaststroke leg, as is Sam. And in lane 1, Ben Garrett's also in this race as well. So they're coming up to the 3/4 point, 50 metres to go. Sam Gamble turning first. Sam with an entry time of 2:17.78. He'll want to beat that. Lucas has got an entry time of 2:17.87, but all these boys on 2:17. And Sam Gamble is turning first, 25 to go. Huge breath after that turn, but he's... the other 2 lads are pushing all the way. Luke Sugden is now coming into the second place, and he's pushing him all the way to the finish. But Sam takes it, and he takes it in 2:17.64. In second is Luke Sugden, 2:17.94. And in third, Lucas Dyson Diaz.
The final heat, Heat 13, referee. Tom Sheriff of Hemel in lane 1, James Woodward of Potters Bar in 2, Peter Webster of Hatfield in 3, Nathan Hughes of Hatfield in 4, Ben Harrison of Potters Bar in 5, Josh Gage of Hemel in 6, Charlie Rayner of Hatfield in 7, Jordan Northwood of Berkhamsted in lane 8. So the final heat declared winner this heat, this event rather, there's no finals. Peter Webster of Hatfield in the lead at the moment, Nathan Hughes in second place. In the centre of the pool, the 2 of them. And third place at the moment, Tom Sheriff of Hemel Hempstead. They go into the turn. Webster just ahead of Hughes and Sheriff. Hatfield, Hemel Hempstead. Peter Webster holding on to that lead. Nathan Hughes putting on a little bit of pressure, and Ben Harrison, the Potter's Bar, coming back strongly into the breaststroke then. It all slows down a little bit. And Nathan Hughes coming off the wall far more strongly in the breaststroke, moving away from the rest of the field. Nathan Hughes moving away from Webster. And Ben Harrison at Potter's Bar in, moving up to second place actually. Nathan Hughes off the wall. Harrison just ahead of Hughes for second and third. Nathan Hughes having a good, strong breaststroke leg here. Nathan Hughes turns in, 3 metre advantage over Ben Harrison. Peter Webster next. Just behind them, Charlie Rayner of Hatfield. And the other swimmers not too far behind those 3 or 4. Nathan Hughes, good strong swim here, 6 metres advantage as he turns into the last 25 metres of freestyle. Harrison just ahead of Webster, and then Charlie Rayner in 4th place. Nathan Hughes underneath the flags, very dominant swim. He entered on time of 2:06.84, finishing on 2:06.71, 10th and a bit underneath. Harrison next, Webster in the 3rd place. Then we've got Rayner and James Woodward in 5th place. So that concludes our swimming for today. As always, many thanks to all our swimmers, coaches, officials, spectators and the volunteers. Please, let's start again. Tomorrow morning we'll be starting again. The doors open, or the warm-up's at 8:30. I think the doors open for the swimmers at 8 o'clock, but do check the published times on our tweets and on the website. Peter Bays will be with you tomorrow. I'll be back next weekend. Until then, I wish you a safe journey home. Many thanks, and see you then.